Hello, my lovely spectators. Didi here. Welcome to my studio. So today we're in May, right? We're finally in May. And it is May the 8th, I think, which is a Friday. The second Friday of May. So I'm going to say it again. But it's been a rough couple of months in terms of I've been on it, guys. And I know from the last video on May 1st, when we transitioned from the Mass Make March, the ABC April, and now we're in May. I don't know what challenges are in May, but what's coming from me to you guys in May are going to be, a couple of challenges. I'm still going to try to hit up Roxy's weekly challenge, which those things will come out on Tuesdays. Pause a paragraph from Lori, that'll come out on the last Tuesday of the month, so we'll have a double up there. There's Crafty Cats videos, which I also throw on a Tuesday. Any video that I get a challenge that I don't get a challenge specifically, but is a challenge or some kind of trend or something to what do you call it? I'm just trying to get some glue off my fingers. From another content creator that seems fun, engaging, suits my personality, suits my liking, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it with publishing on Tuesdays, Test Me Tuesdays. But today's not Test Me Tuesdays. Today is Friday. So in May, I need to give myself a little bit of grace, and so on the 1st, I had mentioned to you guys how I wanted my channel to continue to grow, and how the channel had grown so much so over the course of the 2 months of me participating in these challenges from Mass Make March, which everybody does, so like everyone's up in that one, to the ones by Seven Plaza and Crafty by Tony. And I grew a little bit, and I was talking about how I wanted to have a certain amount of subbies by my birthday, which was in April, and I had surpassed that, and I was very happy. I'm somewhere in the 300s, close over 350 when I'm doing this video. Don't know the exact number, but on the 1st, I said to myself, I need to keep growing, and if I switch up my stuff in May, maybe I might not keep my subscribers. I don't know. But you know what? We're going to take our chance. So if you watch the video, I did a call to action in terms of I would love it. Right? And I'm going to mention this mostly on Fridays over and over again. But I gave the super details on May 1st. I want to get to 500. That doesn't monetize me. That doesn't do anything specific right now. It's just a boost to like all of the content and the stuff I'm putting out there, and that you guys are enjoying it and I'm on the right track. So I want to do my 500 subscriber call to action. So I teach. I'm back to work for the next couple of weeks up until like middle of June. Over here in New York. We finish up with Regencies, and then we're done at the end of the month. So I would love it, and just because to be kooky, if I could reach 500 subscribers by July 4th. And woohoo, we'll have I don't know, maybe I'll do a live. But anyway, but part of that is that if you're subscribed, and I showed you a lot of the stuff over there, and there's been another couple of videos here and there that I have done some hauls and got some stuff that I'm going to include in this, but I would love to be able to thank those of you that have been subscribing and helping me to reach the 500. So once I reach the 500, if I reach it by July 4th, then I'm going to post a yay video, and I want to give out 5 Happy Mails, which will include stuff that I've hauled that I have way excess of because I did some grab bags, but also all those things that I've done in Mass Make March and ABC April that I am just like automatic mass maker. I'm gonna throw some of those in. So I I'm actually doing this video after the fact, so before. Anyway, the video and the details I haven't recorded yet, but I'm recording the 8th because I know it's gonna happen and it's gonna be really super quick one, but yet I keep babbling, whatever. So go back, look for my May 1st video where I talked about my subscriber and the channel, but the title and every Friday in May, roundabout way to get where I'm getting to, is going to be using hashtag find my floor, finding my floor. I'm so bad. I'm so sorry, Cindy and Candy. It'll be correct on the screen. It'll be correct in my thumbnail. I'm just really tired right now, and it'll be some form of organizational, helpful something. So maybe not something so crafty, but how do I store this, or how do I do this, or whatever. So some of it will also be the prepping. Another video will be the prepping of like the Happy Mail for the subscriber giveaway. So yeah, but today is gonna be about my stamps. So some people have noticed, and I know I say so much. Some people notice that I have these little things because I've been trying to do more stamping. I've been doing a lot of crafting, I've been doing a lot of inking and stuff like that. But I have a lot of cutesy stamps and things that I've purchased from Amazon, Temu, whatever. When I started getting into the haul, right? This whole process, and somebody noticed that I have numbers, and I also have stickers that say Amazon and stuff like that, and spellbinders, right? So things like this is like all over, right? So spellbinders is the company. This is the name of the stamp set, and this is stamp set number 10, right? Now everything's all over the place. But when I put them in, I put them in like this, and then, you know, every once in a while, I'll just put them in order from 1 to a bazillion, whatever I have, right? Some of them have not been set up in my system. So let me explain my system. A lot of people like, how do you store them? Well, I like to use the sleeves, right? I'm so sad that this is bent, and I don't know how I'm going to fix that. And I take all the other packaging away. I just keep the pieces that, you know, this one and this one, right? I don't take this off because I don't want it to get stuck in here. I want it to be able to come out smoothly and stuff, right? I try to keep all the sides the same direction, so everything is facing this way. The inside will be on the stamp, it'll be like which stamp it is. Excuse me. And try to keep all the numbers in the same, so like 10, 25, 51, etc, etc. Let's see. Then if I even have, so then when I have the square ones, I have them on this side, the little weirdness of mine. Then these tall ones are here, etc. So I do have a few that I need to log in. If they have a die, I put it right in there because there's enough space to do that. Once I separate the die, I will put a little ziplocky baggie, like a you know, something to keep the little pieces in there so they don't fall out through any cracks, because these might open inadvertently. So I do have several that I need to categorize. Not categorize, kind of, but no. So reset. Reset. So all of these, there's quite a few that I've gotten recently, but the idea is that they're all going to get numbers, and they can all go into a bin or whatever box or whatever drawer that I have them in, from 1 to a bazillion, right? So then it's like, okay, miss, how's that important storage? Well, I've seen other people's videos and how they store things, and I was watching, I don't remember her name, it's the first time she popped up on my feed, and she pulled out a binder. And I was like, someone beat me to like the whole thing, right? But she didn't do what I was doing. She actually had binder with her stamps in it. I don't have stamps in here. Now, if you want to have your stamps organized in a binder, I'll try to find the video. I'll link it below. I don't remember her name right now off the top of my head, but it'll be linked below. The way that she set up her binders. Okay? My binder is different. There are plenty of other people's. Candy, who is actually one of the creators of Finding My Floor, has a couple of videos on how she's used paper bags to create actual physical folder holders with windows and they slide in and they come out, and it's like this whole thing, and it's working for her, and that's how she processes, right? So when I was thinking about how am I going to be able to access my stamps, and I'm buying this and that, and like the bugs and the botanicals and the spacey and the this and the, not spacey, steampunky. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I said I need a better way. So this is what I did. First of all, this is not the actual stamped. These are these huge Globelin stamp sets from Amazon that I literally went to Amazon and took this picture so that I would have the visual of it. But this is not to scale. And I actually do, let me show you. I have them here, right? So this is from Amazon. So I have the where I got it. I have the letter, right? In this case, the letter, because I only have 5 or 6 of these, and then what it's called, right? But I believe it's Globelin. So this is the flower background. So this is the ones that I have. They're all this size, right? I think A, B, C. Where's C? Here's C. So this is what this stamp set would look like. Except I can't, it doesn't fit. I can't stamp it to have a sample. So I went on to Amazon, took a snip or downloaded the image. It's not the best quality, but I get a sense of what the stamp looks like stamped out. And then this guy is so ginormous that he doesn't fit in a drawer, so they're gonna stand out. And I have these guys on a separate little section because I only have, like I said, I have A, B, C, right? And it says it because it's from I put the words of what it is so it will match. This is this one, D, E, and F. So these are the ones that I know of that are the huge giant ones off of Amazon. I'm thinking that I want to add the word Amazon on here to match completely with the thing as I was thinking about it, but that's another day. That's another idea. Okay. Oh wait, there's more than this one. Excuse me. Now, here's where my system comes in. And you'll see I have 46 next to 61. If I turn the page, I have 39 and 38 on the back. 32. 41, right? I got 34 over here. And you're saying, Didi, what the hell? So I'm like, what the hell? Because you know what, guys? For me, right? When you want to stamp, right? You want something that is more of a texture, right? Or whatever it is. You need to know what that where that stamp is, right? Are you gonna sit through your stamp looking through like boxes and boxes and boxes? For me, I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to look. I want to see what I have. I want to be able to make a choice. But I don't want to sit there with a box and going through whatever. So I have a binder. And now, like, there's well over 100 stamps here, right? It's not even that many pages. I mean, the binder is not nowhere near full. So how does this work for me? Well, when I get a stamp that has a certain vibe or feel, I stamp it on. These are 5x6 white index cards back and front, right? I do the whole, you know, the number, whatever on the envelope. I take the entire stamp, stamp it all together, put it away, and put the number that corresponds, right? And then when I find another one, if it's small, I put it on the back. But they all relate to each other. These guys are all grungy, textural, border kind of stamps. So everything right here in this little section. Now that I haven't done yet. I haven't like really divvied it up. But like I said, it's over 100. But right now I didn't feel the need to. And I'm thinking that maybe I kind of maybe want to do that. But I mean, it's not that many pages. So let me just do a little flip through because, hey, we can call it Flip Through Friday as well. So these are all the stamp sets that I have. So we have all the grungy, right? So then if I say, oh, you know, I want that, it's on stamp set number 61. I go straight to the box and look for 61, right? But I got to look at all my stamps that are grungy in one shot, flipping through. Now, this is something that I learned from treasure books. You see how this is like giving me a hard time, right? And whatever. I don't understand. I never noticed it before, but the holes are not, these holes are a little stretched out because of flipping. And if your holes are a little bit bigger, they flip much more smoothly. So that's a consideration. I didn't want to put them in sleeves because one, why add the expense of the sleeves, right? Who's going to sit there and sleeve them all? And then sometimes the sleeves are not crystal clear. And so, not that there's fine texture and everything, but I feel like I want to see it like right there, right? So anything that was grungy, whatever. Then I started getting into like shapes and this, and I have these little stampy things. So anything that had like numerals, whatever, big or small, whatever, I put those together. So this is stamp 21. This is stamp number 7. Here's number 19, right? So I look at everything that has my numbers on it and say, oh, you know what? I really like this look of the numbers. Let me go grab number 8, right? But I'm able to look at it without having to go to my drawer, stand there, whatever the situation. I know it's upside down. Doesn't matter. I could take it out and look at it, right? And then if I have little ones, I put them on the back. Full ones, I put on the front. I have space for another one. If I get another little stamp with a number that kind of goes, I'll put it there, put the number. Doesn't matter. It could be 175 because I say I want that one. I know where it is. It's 175 in my drawer, my box, wherever I stand, where I put all the things. So I don't have to have that specialized drawer system. So here we go. We have a larger stamp. See, we get larger stamps. They fit on one page. Then that's what we do. So again, letters, alphabet. I believe this is Tim Holtz. I kind of was thinking about that because Cindy had done a haul and there's a bunch of Tim Holtz stamps and I was like, wow, I really want them, but I wasn't sure if I had them or not. They look similar to certain things. And I really need to go and make sure that I have whatever's in my studio right now. I mean, I didn't buy a lot of Tim Holtz before I got into all of this junk journaling, so it's really whatever's in the studio, but I haven't stamped everything yet because I've been getting things. But anyway, so this kind of bigger stamp sets, numbers, right? If I get something else with numbers or an alphabet or something of that nature with grunge, I can have some space. I have bugs, okay? It says bugs on it in the stamp. Again, I don't have any other thing with bugs on it. I leave it blank. If I get other bugs, this is the first place it's gonna go. Labels, right? So I have all my stuff that's kind of labeled. I only have one. Boom. Then I have stuff that has like the stitch, like variety, like officey stuff. This has variety. It has tickets. This has tickets. They kind of, you know. So if I'm looking for tickets, right? This is why I don't have sleeves, not sleeves, dividers, because they can fall under so many categories, but they have the essential vibe to it. Tickets, these are tickets, you know? So I look and say, oh, you know what? Important memo, that would be cool. I go to number 67, go over there and count it. Here we have postage, we have mail. There we go with the mushrooms and the different types of backgrounds. Then we have text. I think this is Tim Holtz too. I believe this might be like those long ones, whatever. And so if it's upside down, it doesn't matter. I just put the number on and kept it moving. It's blank and stuff. And you know, we have our text. We have things with text, and now we have little animals. Now we have more, you know, to me, they have the same vibe and feel. So they get lumped together, you know. I do need to make these holes bigger because it is frustrating me that it's taking, like, I gotta struggle, whatever. But once that's made bigger, then it'll be easier, right? So then over here, I have 2 different sets of film strip thingies. So they, of course, are next to each other. I have this that has to do with photo. So even though it has, like, ID, like, I use this part, and I use this part for the IDs I made during mass make, whatever, March, whatever. Mushrooms. Are they all the same? No. Are they very similar? Yes. Do we have to have them all? Of course. Then this with the texture in the back, and the mushrooms are still here, so they stay with the mushrooms. Here's my book situation. Right? I use this in my IDs because it just gave me this grungy number thing. This is a nice background, has to do with book, gives me book text. This is the tracker with the books. So I have this whole little section that is all about books and the quills. I mean, it's all there. Bookcases, right? So when I get more, because I have more space, I can stick another one there. Here we have the raven. We have a raven here. I think it's because it was all kind of like that Edgar Allan Poe, that kind of vibe, going into like a little bit steampunky in my brain. So we have the clocks, right? We've got the bird cages. We've got butterflies, right? So maybe this feels out of place, right? Why is it here? Well, guess what? I'll take it and put it next to something else that it looks like, right? Because I know I had other butterflies and bugs over there, so maybe it belongs over there. Then I have some random little things that I got, those little wood stamps. I stamped them up here. This, I like this one. I don't know why. Light bulbs. You know, the steampunk. So this is where we went, right? We've got, this is, I believe, kind of want to say this is a dollar store stamp. I don't know. And another thing is, it's not super clear. I'm trying to take a whole sheet of stamps and flip it over, right? So they're not perfect, but again, it's telling me what the stamps are, so I'm not mad at that. I'm like, okay, well, when I get my gushy pad underneath it and some really good ink and a stable hand and I take it off the whole sheet, this is going to be fabulous, you know? Again, steampunk. Then I have these lovely ladies. Now, I believe some of these have dies, so that's another thing that I have to double check on because I want to make sure that I add this. So I'm evolving this into a system, right? But the core system is you have your things, you can flip through easy, and then once you know where the number, what number it is, you go to that number and grab what you want, what you need. So the numbers don't have to be. So all these sewing patterns, right? These sewing related stuff, right? 29, number 5, 28, 57, 24. You know, you get things at different time frames. They just get numbered and put into the drawer. This is how you know where your stuff is. At least for me. So, this is where I'm at right now. So, again, bad print because trying to do a whole big one just wasn't happening. Also, the ink pad might have been a little bit on the dry side. And I need to update this because I have bought some stamps and I just, you know, you see things and you gravitate. You know how it is, right? If you wear makeup or you wear nail polish or whatever, what do? You buy the same colors like over and over again. Like how many red lipsticks can you possibly have? How many, you know, blue nail polishes can you possibly have? But it's because that's what you love. And maybe you see the slight difference and variation. Okay, fine. A nail polish is a couple of bucks. These things sometimes are not. So I really want to be able to access this when I'm thinking of buying a stamp set and take a quick look. So I'm going to be cleaning this up a little bit, like adding the makes and the locations of where I purchased these things. I love Zodiac, so this is my whole Zodiac page. Then we have some more of this grungy postcard and like all the postage stamps, so they all go together. So 27 and 47. So in between these, there were 20 other stamps that were purchased. So, you know what I'm saying? And then another to 90. So, you know, it's just, I don't know. You tell me, guys. What do you think? So, this is what I'm bringing to the table today. This is my finding your floor method of trying to get a handle on my stamps so that way I could use them more often, be more efficient, know what I have, not buy stuff multiple times, and have something that is quick accessible. So if you want to have your stamps included, I could imagine you maybe don't have that many stamps. But if you were to include your stamp on this, how much bulk would it be? How heavy would this book be? You would probably already need 2 binders for the amount of stamps that I've already shown you here. But if that's your jam, that's your jam. I know that Candy loves her bag ones, and she did a fabulous job at making a double-sided sleeve pocket window thing for all her stamps, and it's fabulous, and that is working for her. So check that out. Check out anybody else. this is mine. Maybe you like, maybe this is your jam. I don't know. So, yeah. So, everything that I feel is related, it is getting situated next to each other. Sometimes I'll find something that's a little off because maybe I was just serving it into book. I don't know. I am thinking about, even though this doesn't matter, it still kind of bothers me that it's not, you know what I'm saying? My like, we want things to be beautiful too. It's utilitarian. It shouldn't have to be, but you know that I wanted to, right? So I may be redoing this a little bit, but not the numbers. Those things are already stamped and set up. It's just pulling it out, redoing the stamp, and adding more information. So I'm thinking I might want to make everything be on just one of these big ones. I'll make one that are bigs, and then I'll make ones that are two, and then kind of include like an actual table that says, maker, where did you buy it, and then the number, whatever. I don't know. So I will probably, if I do it, which won't be anytime in May, I will definitely show it, bring it back to the table to show it. So there you go. So I have a few blank ones, and I'm gonna need to sit down and actually, go through my stamps, make sure that whatever I don't have a number on, it gets stamped and placed in here. But that is almost 100 stamps in this little binder. It weighs a pound or two, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, that is my video today. I hope that you got something out of it. I hope maybe this is a system that you might like. I know I've mentioned how I might change it. Do you have any suggestions? By all means, drop it in the comments. And again, I'm going to keep reminding you on Fridays that, I am looking to try to get to 500 subscribers and a little giveaway. So, but I won't be saying that in all the other videos. Only on Fridays, because Fridays we talk about the stuff that I own, the stuff in my studio, the stuff that helps me bring content to you guys. Anyway, until the next time, I'll be crafting of something. I'll be being challenged by something. But yeah, come back and we'll check it out. So I'm still in the 100-day project, so there will definitely be a video tomorrow. So until then, ciao ciao, bye.